Hello students. So in my last video we were talking about the role of the secretary and what exactly is an agenda. The secretary have to prepare the agenda, so we were discussing about that, and in this video we will be talking about the roles of a leader of the meeting, that is sometimes known as chairperson or chairman. Basically, leader of a meeting, that means who exactly wants to conduct this meeting, the person who has some kind of idea about what we are going to discuss or why we are having this meeting. So they have to come prepared, and they have to have a certain mindset, a certain agenda in their own mind to fulfill the necessary things that they want to accomplish through the meeting. So the number one thing that the role that a leader should be prepared for is preparing exactly for the meeting. Now, preparing does not mean that you have to prepare a speech or something like that. You have to prepare your ideas. Like, you have to know that what reaction, at least you have to predict what reaction the members of the meeting will get when you will introduce the topic. जब भी आप कोई टॉपिक के बारे में डिस्कस करना स्टार्ट करेंगे, फॉर एग्जांपल आप कोई प्रोडक्ट के बारे में, कोई न्यू प्रोडक्ट है मार्केट में, उसके बारे में आप बताना चाह रहे हैं, तो उसका सबसे पहला रिएक्शन जो होगा आपके मेंबर्स का, वो आपको एक्सपेक्ट करना है, बिकॉज यू नो द मेंबर्स यू आर हैविंग अ मीटिंग विद, ऑल्सो यू नो अबाउट द प्रोडक्ट, ऑल्सो आपने प्रोडक्ट के बारे में पढ़ा है, प्रोडक्ट के बारे में आपने एक आइडियोलॉजी डेवलप की है, एंड यू नो हाउ पीपल वुड रिएक्ट टू देम, एंड आपका इनिशियल रिएक्शन जो होता है मेंबर्स का, वो आपको पता होना चाहिए. एंड देयर शुड बी अ लॉजिकल सीक्वेंस ऑफ द प्रेजेंटेशन. दैट मीन्स ऐसा नहीं है कि आप शुरू में ही अपना डिसीजन बता दें कि मेरे हिसाब से ऐसा होना चाहिए. दैट इज नॉट अ ड्यूटी ऑफ लीडर. लीडर शुड लीड द मीटिंग रादर देन लीडिंग द मीटिंग. डज नॉट मीन कि आप डोमिनेट करें. लीडिंग द मीटिंग मीन्स कि जो डिस्कशन होना चाहिए, जो चीज पे वोटिंग होनी चाहिए, जो एग्जैक्टली एजेंडा वहां पर प्रिपेयर किया गया है, उसको फॉलो अप करवाना है आपको. लीडरशिप मीन्स यहाँ पर आपको वो क्वालिटी दिखानी है कि आप 4-5 लोगों के साथ जो मीटिंग कर रहे हैं, उनके साथ बैठ के आप डिस्कशन कर सकते हैं और उस डिस्कशन का कोई फ्रूटफुल रिजल्ट आपको मिलेगा. ऑब्वियसली आंसरिंग द क्वेश्चंस वट एवर डाउट्स दे हैव, ये ऑब्वियसली आपको प्रिपेयर रहना है, क्योंकि जब आप मीटिंग तैयार कर रहे हैं तो आपके माइंड में कुछ ना कुछ क्वेश्चंस आए होंगे, एंड यू विल एक्सपेक्ट सर्टेन काइंड ऑफ रिएक्शन, दोज क्वेश्चंस, दोज डाउट्स दैट वुड बी राइजिंग इन द मेंबर्स माइंड, उसको आपको एक्सपेक्ट करना है ताकि आप आंसर कर सके ज्यादा बेहतर तरीके से. Also, concluding and time estimation. Time estimation means if you are starting the meeting on time, then it would be ending on time also. So it is better that you do that. सो कंक्लूडिंग द मीटिंग मीन्स कि आपने लॉजिकल सीक्वेंशियल जो प्रेजेंटेशन दिया, जो डिस्कशन किया, उसका क्या रिजल्ट निकला, क्या एक्शन लेना है आपको, या वोटिंग में किसके फेवर में वोट हुआ, वो सारी चीजें आपको एक तरह से कंक्लूड कर देनी है कि क्या डिसीजन लिया गया है, इस मीटिंग का क्या रिजल्ट निकला है. और टाइम एस्टिमेशन पे हमेशा ध्यान देना है, क्योंकि कई बार ऐसा होता है कि हम लोग डिस्कस करने में रह जाते हैं, एंड समटाइम्स देयर आर पीपल हु विल टर्न द डिस्कशन इनटू समथिंग on their own agenda or to fulfill their own agenda. So you have to keep in mind that the time estimation is limited, and you want to keep the time duration of the meeting in intact. जो time duration आपने agenda में दिया है, उसी time duration पे you can take 15 or 20 minutes extra, but not more than that, because जितना टाइम आप एक्सटेंड करेंगे उतना कैजुअली जो है लोगों का एटीट्यूड हो जाएगा, मेंबर्स का एटीट्यूड हो जाएगा मीटिंग के लिए या मीटिंग के पर्पस के लिए. सो इट इज बेटर दैट यू नीड टू कीप इन माइंड दैट आपको टू द पॉइंट ही डिस्कशन रखना है. कोई अगर डिस्ट्रैक्ट कर रहा है तो इट इज योर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी दैट यू हैव टू कीप ट्रैकिंग देम टू द agenda of the meeting. The second one is opening. Obviously, since you are the leader, you will be opening up the meeting, and opening up the meeting means that you have to give a short version of what exactly you think the problem is or the idea that you want to convey to them. For example, you want to convey the idea of a new product for which you want to advertise for. So what exactly the product is, and what exactly the initial reaction, or what exactly the data that you have about the product, you want to convey all that message to the members first. After that, they will have a discussion on that, what decision to be taken on. So first, यू हैव टू मेंटेन दैट टाइमली ओपन करना है. ओपन करने का मतलब आपको पता चल गया. टाइमली मीन्स, फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ यू हैव सेड दैट 1 o'clock the meeting will be held, and most of the people have come by 1:10, then you have to start the meeting, because if you're going to wait for 2 or 3 members who have not arrived, who are late comers, the members who have already come on time will feel neglected, or they will feel that the people who are coming late are more important than the people who are sitting in the meeting room. So you have to time openly. Also, it has a benefit that if you open the meeting timely, then it can end on a time duration that you have already decided on the agenda. So for that, you need to maintain the timing, and for maintaining the punctuality in the members mindset, so it has to be opened on time. It should be short, decisive, and vivid with a positive attitude. Short, obviously, you cannot speak for half an hour yourself, then have a discussion for half an hour. You have to keep it as precise as you can. जितना concise आपका मैसेज रहेगा, जितना आप शॉर्ट वर्जन में अपने आइडियाज प्रेजेंट करेंगे, उतना ज्यादा जो है, पहली बात तो डाटा मिलेगा. अगर सारी बातें आप ही बोल देंगे तो मेंबर्स डिस्कस नहीं कर पाएंगे. सो इट इज मच बेटर फॉर यू टू एटलीस्ट जस्ट इंट्रोड्यूस. आपको बस इंट्रोडक्शन करना है उस आइडिया का, जिस आइडिया के ऊपर आपका जो मीटिंग है वो वहां पर किया जा रहा है, हेल्ड किया जा रहा है. डिसिसिव यानी कि आपको असर्टिवनेस के साथ वहां पर प्रेजेंट करना है ओपनिंग. assertiveness इसलिए जरूरी है because if you are not assertive, that means you don't have any idea what you're talking about, and this attitude can change the attitude of your members also. They will not put like, they will take it casually, and they will not put more effort into getting the decision out of the discussion. So you have to be assertive in front of them. You have to maintain a persona of confidence in front of them. Vivid means there should be no doubt that what exactly they are having a discussion on. Like, they don't have to, like, they can have doubts, but not exactly on the topic of discussion. While they are having discussions, while they are having like different arguments putting on the table, then they can have doubts. You can clear those doubts, but at least the idea of what exactly they are discussing should be clear. Positive attitude is always necessary. It is not something that I have to explain to anyone. Positive attitude means that you have to clear make it clear to them that decision had not already been made. मतलब ऐसा नहीं है कि डिस्कशन करने से पहले ही आपने डिसाइड कर लिया है और बस टाइम वेस्ट करने के लिए या एक फॉर्मेलिटी के लिए मीटिंग बुला ली है कि ये काम हमें करना है. You have to make them feel that they are important. They are putting something on the table for the discussion or for the actions that are being taken upon. So with the positive attitude, let them make feel that they are important, and their voices are being heard on certain topics that are being discussed. So it is with a positive attitude that you should be opening a formal meeting. Next one is conducting. Conducting means basically once the discussion has started, once you put forward, like for example in GD, ग्रुप डिस्कशन जब होता है आपका किसी भी सिलेक्शन प्रोसीजर में, कई बार ऐसा होता है कि देर आर सम टॉपिक्स दैट पीपल आर वेरी like they have a lot of information on that, and immediately all of them suddenly start talking together. Or there are in a second scenario, there are certain topics, when you introduce those topic to the team or meeting members, they will have no idea what to discuss. It is not exactly that they don't have any information. The thing is, either they don't want to be the first one to introduce the topic or first one to start the discussion, or they are not very confident on the points that they have in mind or the information that they have in mind. So you need to make them realize कि आपको यहाँ पर बोलना है. तो कई बार ओपनिंग करने के बाद आपको ध्यान रखना पड़ता है, if the silence is going too long, for example everyone is quiet after you have opened the meeting, so you have to frame questions. You have to frame question and throw them to different members of the meeting, participants of the meeting. And if the questions are not being answered, you can ask for comments and opinions. What do you think about this model? What do you think about this uh, product size? Or what do you think about like the shape of the bottle? All those things you can just invite the comments if they are not comfortable with answering the questions. But both of the ideas, either answering the question or inviting the comments or opinion, are both will work if the silence is too long. And if everyone is starting to talk together, like they are overlapping the ideas, they are not listening to each other, then as the leader, it is your responsibility to make the others quiet, and one by one let them state their opinions. Next one is managing problems of the participant. There are two things that you need to keep in mind. There are two people in the meeting. One is commentator and monopolies. These two people have to be taken care of in the meeting. The thing is, commentator means the people who are not who don't have any idea or who are very confused, so they comment whispers between themselves. Like there are two people who are very close, who have been working for 5 or 6 years together, and they will sit in the meeting room and just judge people or comment here and there randomly on anything, not even the topic of discussion. And at that point of time, a leader, you can make everyone silent, so that the people who are whispering together are pointed out. Like everyone will disapprove, make them show that they are disapproving about the discussion that they are having whispering. And second one is monopolies. Those people who will monopolize the discussion, those people are major time, most of the time they are just confused. They don't know what exactly to say about the topic, or they don't have any particular idea or opinion on the topic, so they just randomly put forward any information they have about the topic. So once they started putting on information, the thing is that if it is not in a proper sequential, logical sequentially, if it is not put on the table, most of the member will get confused about the topic. So rather you have to make both of these type of people quiet, or let them speak only when they are making informative or fruitful points. Next one is answering queries. Obviously, when you're having a discussion, it might occur that people will have certain kind of doubts, certain kind of issues regarding all the things that are being discussed. So you have to be prepared for the queries that has to come, and you have to respond to each and every person. The thing is ki if you do not feel comfortable answering the question, you can just throw it to the some other person, that is the participant of the meeting. In that way you will let them make their own decision by discuss by like making them discuss forward, taking the discussion forward. But that all, it also gives you a time to formulate the answer if you have not thought about this question or a certain kind of questions while having the preparation. This will help you in both like giving a proper answer, and also it can take the discussion forward. Last one is concluding the meeting. Obviously, as you are the leader of the meeting, you have the position of authority, and you have to state firmly the result of the discussion. Results means if you have decided that XYZ person will be given ABC work to be done in certain projects. So you have decided X will get what project, Y will get what like what part of product to be assigned. वो सारी चीजें जो है आपने एक एक पर्सन को डिसाइड कर दी कि ये सारा चीज आपको करना है. So you have to state it firmly at the end again, so that they remember what tasks have been given or assigned to them. Or if you have voted, all those votes that have been concluded that voting is in the favor of this or X or Y, whatever the topic is. So you have to conclude it again that according to the voting, we have decided to do this. Or if any decision has to be taken, for example, you want to have new policies in the office and you have a discussion about that, whether that policy is supported or not, you have to discuss about these policies and the consequence of the things that are going to be changing. So I hope you understand everything. If you have any doubt, just leave a comment. Thank you so much.